Chosen one. Do not move your finger. Do not skip this message. This exact moment on your screen is not the result of a random algorithm. It is a divine appointment. Heaven has literally bent the rules of time and shifted the spiritual atmosphere to place this warning directly in your path. Stop and hear me right now. If you scroll away, you might miss the exact financial shift you have been begging for in secret. Take one deep breath right here. I know you are terribly tired. I know the panic that woke you up this morning felt completely overwhelming, but you are not in trouble. The heaviness you feel inside your chest is not a punishment from above. It is a loud alarm bell ringing across the spiritual realm. God made sure you found this message in time, because your long cycle of lack is finally ending today. Let me speak to something very tender now. You have been carrying too much weight on your weary shoulders. You smile bravely for your family. You pretend everything is perfectly fine. And every single night when the house is totally quiet, you sit alone in the dark and desperately calculate numbers in your head. You swallow your tears because you have to be the strong one when tomorrow morning comes. I saw you staring blankly at the ceiling. I saw the silent panic when you looked at those incoming bills. You felt like you were drowning in a massive ocean of adult responsibility. You have given so much of your own soul to help others survive their storms. But when you needed a desperate rescue, the room was empty. You thought no one noticed your quiet sacrifice. But heaven keeps a perfect record. You are never invisible to me. You are the cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. You have fought brutal battles in the unseen spirit that your physical body could barely handle. And lately, you have been asking why the wait is so agonizingly long. Why does it feel like the enemy is constantly winning every battle? Do not let this painful delay convince you that you have been entirely forgotten. Right now, I need you to pause. Unclench your tight jaw. Let your heavy shoulders fall completely down. The painful tension in your neck is physical proof of how hard you are fighting just to survive. You have lived in a deep survival mode for so many difficult years. Your fragile nervous system actually forgot what true peace feels like. Breathe slowly with me. The war you are fighting is real. There is a very specific reason why your massive breakthrough has been delayed. It is not because you lacked faith. It is not because you prayed the wrong words. There is a secret spiritual architecture to this exact moment in your difficult life. The enemy desperately wants you to believe this delay is a permanent locked door, but the unseen truth is something entirely different. Listen closely now, for I speak with a heavy weight. I know you feel like a broken vessel. You have poured out your energy until there was absolutely nothing left inside you. You feel a strange, heavy fog in your mind recently. You forget things easily. You lose your sharp focus. You think this means you are failing at life and ruining your own destiny, but you are completely wrong about this physical symptom. That deep exhaustion is not weakness. It is the heavy physical toll of carrying a massive spiritual calling inside a human frame. Your fragile body is simply trying to process a heavenly weight. You are standing on the very edge of your arrival season. The immense pressure you feel right now is just the atmosphere shifting right before the massive storm of blessing breaks entirely open. Do not look away from this screen. The forces of darkness want you to close this video right now. They want you to go back to worrying endlessly about tomorrow. They are terrified that you will finally understand who you truly are. You are the rightful HEIR. You just need to hold on a little bit longer. I am about to show you exactly what is happening behind the scenes of your life. You try to be incredibly strong every single day. Everyone around you relies on your quiet stability. You give and you give until your own well is completely dry. But nobody ever stops to ask if you are actually okay, because they just assume you can handle everything without ever complaining out loud. I want you to know something deeply personal. I have watched you in your most vulnerable moments. I saw you sitting in your car long after you parked. You just sat there in the heavy silence, trying desperately to gather enough energy to walk inside and put on a happy face for your family. The exhaustion you carry is not just physical. It is a deep and agonizing soul fatigue. You have spent years being the designated problem solver for everyone around you. When they need urgent help, they always call your number. But when your own world is crashing down and you need a desperate rescue, Your phone remains completely silent. I saw you scrolling through your phone late at night. You were desperately looking for some kind of sign that things will get better. You felt a tight knot in your stomach when you thought about your bank account. You constantly wonder if this brutal cycle of financial struggle will ever actually end for you, or if you are doomed to struggle forever. I heard the quiet prayers you whispered through your tears. You did not ask for a massive mansion or extravagant luxury. You just asked for enough peace to sleep through the cold night. You only asked for a small break from the constant pressure of merely surviving another difficult week on your own. Let me speak directly to your weary heart. You are carrying a heavy load that was never meant for you alone. You absorb the pain of others because your spirit is deeply compassionate. But this beautiful empathy has turned into a painful emotional trap, and you actually feel guilty whenever you try to rest. This is the painful reality of the chosen path. People absolutely love the warm light you bring into their dark lives, but they do not understand the heavy cost of carrying that light. They eagerly enjoy the harvest of your kindness, yet they completely abandon you in the cold fields when it is time to plant the seeds. I saw every single time you swallowed your bitter anger. Someone misunderstood your pure intentions. Someone judged you harshly without knowing the private battles you were fighting. You wanted to scream and loudly defend yourself, but you chose holy silence instead because you refused to lower your standard. Do you know why you feel so profoundly alone? It is not because you are unlovable or broken. It is because heaven has isolated you on purpose. Your spirit is being protected from the toxic noise of common people, and you are being carefully separated for a massive upcoming assignment. Hold that specific thought right there. Let it sink deeply into your weary bones. Your current isolation is not a cruel punishment from above. You have felt abandoned by friends and totally misunderstood by family, and you thought you did something terrible to deserve this lonely season. But you are entirely innocent. You are the tired caregiver. You have gently bandaged the wounds of people who never even thanked you. You have poured clean water from your own cup into the hands of those who spilled it. Heaven has closely recorded every single act of unselfish love, and your heavenly ledger is completely full of grace and honor. I saw how your hands literally shook when you looked at those unexpected expenses. The sheer panic hit your chest like a heavy stone. You felt entirely paralyzed by the fear of failing the people who depend on you. You felt like one tiny mistake would completely ruin everything you have sacrificed your entire life to build, leaving you with absolutely nothing. Breathe out that heavy guilt right now. Your quiet sacrifices have created a massive spiritual inheritance. The pain of being the strong one has felt like a lifelong curse, but it was actually a brutal training ground for your upcoming elevation, and I see the quiet tears you constantly hide from the world. I need you to understand something very clearly. You have looked at your empty hands and felt totally abandoned. You have cried out for help and heard absolutely nothing back. The silence felt incredibly heavy, and you started to believe that heaven was angry with you because of your past mistakes. You thought your painful delay was a strict divine punishment, but let me reveal the unseen truth. There is a massive difference between rejection and protection. The silence of heaven is never an act of cruel abandonment. When you pray for an immediate rescue, you only see your current pain, but heaven sees the hidden traps waiting in your near future. The silence you hate is actually an aggressive defense. Pause right where you are. Do not let this next sentence slip past you. You thought I was simply ignoring your desperate cries for financial relief, but I was actually busy sweeping the toxic people out of your upcoming harvest season. If I had opened the door when you demanded it, you would have walked right into a deadly spiritual ambush. Your painful delay was my fierce protection. You are the chosen elite. You are not a regular person who can handle a premature blessing without being completely destroyed by the pressure. You asked for a small cup of water, but heaven was busy digging a massive well that will sustain your entire family bloodline. Building a well requires deep and silent work. Stop standing at the counter of heaven like a begging slave. You constantly apologize for things you did not even do. You promise to work harder and be better just so heaven might finally notice you. This transactional religion has kept you trapped in terrible anxiety, Stop trying to negotiate with the divine. You cannot buy grace with your exhausted tears. Stay with me now. Do not walk away from this revelation. The enemy wants you to feel totally ashamed of your unanswered prayers. He whispers that your faith is simply too weak. He tells you that your current financial crisis is entirely your own fault, but he is a terrified liar. He is aggressively attacking your mind because he sees the massive wealth you are about to inherit. You are the rightful heir. An inheritance of massive proportions has already been deeded to your holy name, but an heir must be fully prepared to properly manage the massive estate. The silence you experienced was a sacred training ground. It forced you to stop relying on broken people who always let you down. It forced you to find your solid strength in the dark. This is where many chosen ones turn back. They feel the painful ache of waiting and they call it a terrible mistake. They get incredibly tired of the silence and they walk away right before the massive door finally opens. I will not let you make that tragic mistake today. I am breaking through the noise of your busy life to keep you standing firmly in place. You have been aggressively fighting battles that belong to heaven. Lay down your heavy weapons right now. Unclench your tired hands. Your desperate need to figure everything out is causing you unnecessary physical pain. You have been carrying the heavy burden of a general when you were only asked to stand still and hold your holy position. The divine timing is always perfect. The silence is finally breaking. The people who ignored your quiet cries will soon watch you step into an unbelievable season of absolute abundance. But you must stop viewing your current struggle as a bitter punishment from above. Your noble character is being carefully refined, so your upcoming blessing does not suddenly crush you. Every closed door was a beautiful mercy. Every time a friend walked away during your painful crisis, heaven was simply clearing the room. You cannot carry toxic loyalty into your arrival season. The quiet isolation you feel right now is the holy space where your new identity is being forged. Do not despise the quiet room. You are perfectly safe. Let me speak to something you have been hiding from, everyone. You feel a strange heaviness in your physical body lately. You wake up completely exhausted, even after sleeping all night. The simple daily tasks you used to do easily now feel like climbing a massive mountain. You drag your heavy body out of bed. You slowly drink your morning coffee in total silence. But your deep fatigue never actually leaves you alone. You are experiencing something deeply confusing right now. There is a thick cloud of brain, FOG, settling over your mind. You walk into a room and forget why you even went in there. You constantly misplace your important keys around the house. You lose your train of thought in the middle of a simple sentence. And you quietly wonder if you are losing your sharp mind because you feel so scattered all the time. I see the secret fear behind your tired eyes. You think this strange forgetfulness is a terrible sign of weakness. You are terrified that you are ruining your own divine destiny because you cannot seem to stay focused on anything. You heavily criticize yourself for being so lazy and unproductive. You angrily push yourself to work harder. You try to force your tired brain to operate normally again. But you are completely wrong about what is happening to you. Please do not skip this very important revelation. Your physical body is not actually betraying you right now. That invisible tension in your neck is a very specific clue. You feel a persistent tightness in your chest that makes you feel like something is wrong even when nothing has happened yet. I am going to reveal exactly why your body feels this way. Your fragile nervous system is trapped in a brutal survival mode. You have spent your entire life waiting for the next piece of bad news to drop. Your tired mind is always scanning the horizon for the next big emergency. You nervously overthink every tiny decision you have to make, and you are terrified that one wrong step will instantly destroy the fragile peace you have fought so incredibly hard to build. You cannot simply turn off this intense mental alarm. You lie in bed at night while your heart races for absolutely no logical reason. You stare into the darkness and feel an overwhelming sense of dread. The silent tears fall down your face because you are so tired of fighting these invisible battles every single day. You truly just want your original clarity back. You want to feel completely normal and rested again. Please pause briefly, right where you are sitting today. Resist the strong urge to keep listening without breathing. Let us take one deep breath together right now. Inhale the quiet peace of this exact and holy moment. Exhale the heavy fog that is deeply clouding your beautiful mind. The physical pain you carry is not a permanent condition. It is a temporary symptom of a massive spiritual transition occurring right now while you listen. I have seen how hard you try to hide this brain fog from your family. You smile and nod during conversations while your mind is entirely blank. You feel so incredibly disconnected from the beautiful world around you. You often feel like a sad ghost wandering through your own daily life. And the worst part is that you suffer in total silence because you think nobody could ever understand this strange pain. Listen to me carefully as we walk through this dark valley. The heavy exhaustion you feel inside your chest is completely valid. Your physical vessel is carrying the heavy weight of breaking generational curses. You are pulling the heavy plow of your family bloodline all by yourself. It makes perfect sense that your physical muscles constantly ache and your mind feels completely shattered under this immense pressure. Hold on to that profound truth and do not let it slide past you. You are not crazy and you are not permanently broken. You are a chosen warrior who has simply been fighting for way too long without a proper break. But your season of relentless warfare is finally coming to a beautiful end. Heaven clearly sees your tired and broken body. Heaven clearly sees your deeply foggy mind today. And heaven is about to step in and restore your lost clarity. I need you to understand clearly what is actually happening inside you. Your heavy mind is not a sign of personal failure. That strange forgetfulness is not because you are suddenly weak. The dark enemy desperately wants you to believe that you are losing your mind because you are completely lazy. But he whispers these terrible lies into your ears only because he is terrified of your massive destiny. Let me reveal the hidden architecture of your current struggle. You are not fighting a normal physical battle right now. The forces of darkness have launched a highly coordinated attack against your daily peace. They did not target your finances and your mind because you are a weak person who easily gives up. They specifically targeted your precious life because you hold a massive spiritual authority that can destroy their dark kingdom. They are desperately trying to stop you today. Listen to my voice and do not let this truth escape you. The adversary knows exactly who you truly are. He clearly sees the massive blessing that is waiting for you just around the corner. He knows that once you step into your arrival season, you will finally pull your entire family out of deep poverty forever. That is exactly why the spiritual warfare has been so incredibly brutal this specific month. Your heavy exhaustion is simply proof that the enemy is losing the war. You feel the physical tension in your neck because you are holding the front line. The brain fog is just the smoke from a massive spiritual battlefield. You thought you were constantly failing because your physical body felt so completely drained of all its natural energy today. But you are actually a victorious warrior returning from a very fierce fight. Pause right where you are and take a deep breath. Do not let the dark forces convince you that you are alone in this dark room. Heaven is aggressively fighting for your absolute peace while you are safely resting. If your tired spirit feels this profound truth, gently press the like button as your yes to heaven today. This simple physical action is your holy covenant with the divine timing. The enemy wants you to stay trapped in a bitter victim mindset. He wants you to sit quietly in the corner and cry about your bad luck. He desperately hopes you will blame God for your current financial struggles and completely walk away from your holy calling. But you are the brave cycle breaker. You will absolutely not surrender to the temporary darkness just because the waiting period is so painful. Every single time someone suddenly betrayed you, the enemy tried to break your pure heart. Every unexpected bill that arrived in your mail was a direct attack on your fragile peace. The forces of darkness tried to bury you under a massive mountain of intense anxiety so you would finally give up. But they completely failed to realize that you are a strong seed. You are currently growing in the dark soil. Do not skip this crucial revelation about your current season. The heavy resistance you feel right now is the ultimate proof of your massive value. Thieves do not ever rob an empty house. The enemy is only attacking you so fiercely because he knows your spiritual vault is completely full of upcoming blessings. You are standing directly on the sacred threshold of a massive financial breakthrough. Stop blaming yourself for the heavy fog in your mind today. Stop thinking you are not praying hard enough or reading enough holy words. Your absolute exhaustion is a holy badge of honor from a very real spiritual war. You have successfully protected your entire family bloodline from ancient generational curses that desperately tried to destroy them for many decades. The enemy is completely exhausted from trying to pull you down. Breathe out the heavy shame you have been carrying for months. Let the profound peace of heaven wash over your tired physical body right now. The dark forces have entirely lost their grip on your beautiful destiny. Their temporary season of tormenting your precious mind is officially over because heaven has intervened. You are stepping into a brand new atmosphere of absolute victory and unshakable clarity. The shift is happening right now. Let us look closely at the heavy pressure you feel right now. You are standing on the very edge of a massive spiritual threshold. The heavy fog and the exhaustion you have been carrying are finally making sense today because it is the intense physiological pressure of leaving your old survival season behind. You are stepping into the arrival season, and the doorway is incredibly tight. Think about the immense pressure just before a massive storm finally breaks open. The air gets incredibly thick. The sky turns completely dark. The heavy silence makes your ears ring loudly. That is exactly what is happening in your spiritual atmosphere right now, and the intense tension you feel is not a tragic end. It is the undeniable proof that your massive harvest is totally ready. That mystery symptom of extreme exhaustion is not a terrible sickness, but it is cognitive heaviness caused by the massive spiritual shift. Your two hemispheres are briefly disconnecting under the intense pressure of waiting for your divine arrival. That is exactly why you cannot focus on simple things. Your physical body is frantically bracing for the massive weight of the upcoming blessing. Your financial breakthrough is fully authorized by heaven today. But there is one final and specific key you are currently missing to unlock the vault. The dark forces desperately hoped you would never learn this hidden secret, because they want you to keep wandering blindly in the fog forever. But before this short message completely ends, I am going to place a specific mandate directly in your hand. The enemy always fights the hardest when you are incredibly close to the finish line. He knows your massive harvest is going to break the cycle of poverty forever. That is why the bills suddenly piled up this exact month, and that is why people started acting strange and walked away from you. He is desperately trying to distract you before you find the hidden key to your vast inheritance. Do not let this temporary chaos steal your profound peace today. The loud noise of the enemy is just a pathetic illusion. He wants you to focus on the terrifying waves so you completely forget about your holy authority. But you are the rightful heir to a massive spiritual estate. You do not have to fight these petty battles anymore because heaven is already fighting them for you. Listen closely now because I speak with a heavy weight. Do not skim these next words. The intense pressure in your chest is finally beginning to crack open. The terrible season of constant lack is losing its dark grip on your family bloodline. You have survived the brutal wilderness by holding on to your pure faith, and heaven is incredibly proud of your quiet and unyielding endurance. Stay with me in this holy room. Do not let the heavy distraction of this busy world pull your tired eyes away from this revelation. The threshold is a very dangerous place if you do not understand what is happening. People get terrified of the heavy pressure and they run back to their comfortable captivity. But you will not run away because you finally know the absolute truth. You are officially crossing over into the beautiful land of abundance. The heavy spiritual gravity is shifting all around your physical body. The things that used to drain your energy will no longer have any power over your mind, because the dark fog is lifting right now as heaven releases a fresh wind of divine clarity. You are finally stepping into your true position of power. Hold your holy ground for just a few more minutes. The massive vault of your heavenly inheritance is completely unlocked and waiting for you. I promised you a secret key that will change your financial future forever, and you are about to receive it right now. Prepare your heavy heart to receive the ultimate blessing. Your long season of painful weeping is officially over today. Let us look closely at the heavy pressure you feel right now. You are standing on the very edge of a massive spiritual threshold. The heavy fog and the exhaustion you have been carrying are finally making sense today, because it is the intense physiological pressure of leaving your old survival season behind. You are stepping into the arrival season, and the doorway is incredibly tight. Think about the immense pressure just before a massive storm finally breaks open. The air gets incredibly thick. The sky turns completely dark. The heavy silence makes your ears ring loudly. That is exactly what is happening in your spiritual atmosphere right now, and the intense tension you feel is not a tragic end. It is the undeniable proof that your massive harvest is totally ready. That mystery symptom of extreme exhaustion is not a terrible sickness, but it is cognitive heaviness caused by the massive spiritual shift. Your two hemispheres are briefly disconnecting under the intense pressure of waiting for your divine arrival. That is exactly why you cannot focus on simple things. Your physical body is frantically bracing for the massive weight of the upcoming blessing. Your financial breakthrough is fully authorized by heaven today, but there is one final and specific key you are currently missing to unlock the vault. The dark forces desperately hoped you would never learn this hidden secret, because they want you to keep wandering blindly in the fog forever. But before this short message completely ends, I am going to place a specific mandate directly in your hand. The enemy always fights the hardest when you are incredibly close to the finish line. He knows your massive harvest is going to break the cycle of poverty forever. That is why the bills suddenly piled up this exact month, and that is why people started acting strange and walked away from you. He is desperately trying to distract you before you find the hidden key to your vast inheritance. Do not let this temporary chaos steal your profound peace today. The loud noise of the enemy is just a pathetic illusion. He wants you to focus on the terrifying waves, so you completely forget about your holy authority. But you are the rightful heir to a massive spiritual estate. You do not have to fight these petty battles anymore, because heaven is already fighting them for you. Listen closely now, because I speak with a heavy weight. Do not skim these next words. The intense pressure in your chest is finally beginning to crack open. The terrible season of constant lack is losing its dark grip on your family bloodline. You have survived the brutal wilderness by holding on to your pure faith, and heaven is incredibly proud of your quiet and unyielding endurance. Stay with me in this holy room. Do not let the heavy distraction of this busy world pull your tired eyes away from this revelation. The threshold is a very dangerous place if you do not understand what is happening. People get terrified of the heavy pressure and they run back to their comfortable captivity. But you will not run away, because you finally know the absolute truth. You are officially crossing over into the beautiful land of abundance. The heavy spiritual gravity is shifting all around your physical body. The things that used to drain your energy will no longer have any power over your mind, because the dark fog is lifting right now as heaven releases a fresh wind of divine clarity. You are finally stepping into your true position of power. Hold your holy ground for just a few more minutes. The massive vault of your heavenly inheritance is completely unlocking and waiting for you. I promised you a secret key that will change your financial future forever, and you are about to receive it right now. Prepare your heavy heart to receive the ultimate blessing. Your long season of painful weeping is officially over today. Stop standing at the counter of heaven like a begging slave. The transactional religion that taught you to constantly grovel is entirely over. A petitioner stands at a counter and angrily bargains for cheap scraps. But an heir walks confidently through the grand door of the massive estate and simply receives what belongs to them. You are the rightful heir. Your long season of begging is officially finished today. Stand up right now and square your weary shoulders. You are the absolute cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. The vast inheritance has already been completely deeded to your holy name. And even though you made mistakes in the past, heaven does not need your fragile perfection to release this massive wealth. Heaven only requires your pure proximity and your willing heart. The heavy chains of generational poverty are breaking completely off your family tree right now. I promised you a hidden key earlier in this exact message, and here is the profound truth. The secret key to unlocking your massive financial breakthrough is not crying harder. The key is total surrender and absolute holy silence. You must completely drop your heavy armor, because you are no longer a soldier fighting a losing battle. You must stop trying to manipulate the outcomes with your exhausted mind. You are the owner of the vault, and the true owner simply turns the key and walks inside. You are no longer a tired survivor wandering blindly in the dark. You have officially arrived at your promised destination today. To officially turn that spiritual key in the lock, go to the comments right now and type 777 as your signed acknowledgement. This is your holy signature on the massive deed of trust. Let hell tremble when they see you finally taking your absolute authority back today. You came into this exact moment feeling incredibly terrified. You thought my silence meant cruel punishment, but now the dark fog has completely lifted from your weary mind. You know the glorious truth about your divine identity. You are the chosen heir, and the heavenly vault is completely open for you. The heavy anxiety that tightly gripped your chest 10 minutes ago has been entirely washed away by my profound peace. If this quiet sanctuary has bound your deep wounds today, I invite you to take a holy moment. You can honor the sacred altar right now. Kindly plant a financial seed through the super thanks button below as your physical decree. This is not a transaction to buy favor. It is your powerful physical proof that you completely trust the massive harvest is coming. Your seed activates the law of heavenly multiplication. Do not let the enemy steal this massive revelation from your heart. You are a king and a priest in this holy bloodline. You have survived the brutal fire and you came out shining like pure gold. Heaven is loudly applauding your incredible endurance today, and the angels are perfectly aligning the hidden resources you need for tomorrow. Step forward and claim the massive wealth that was stolen from your ancestors. Your true destiny begins right at this exact and beautiful moment. Your spiritual enemies are completely terrified of you right now. They know they can never trick you into returning to that dark and tiny room of fear. You have tasted the pure freedom of your royal identity. You have felt the absolute power of the divine presence washing over your tired soul. The days of struggling to pay your basic bills are becoming a distant memory. A massive flood of unexpected provision is rushing toward your house. Hold your head incredibly high. You do not have to apologize for the massive blessings that are about to overwhelm your life. People will look at your sudden rise and wonder how it happened so fast. You will simply smile and tell them that heaven remembers every single tear you cried in secret. The divine judge has banged the gavel in your absolute favor. The grand verdict is total restoration of everything you lost. This is your magnificent hour of total victory. The dark clouds have completely parted to reveal your beautiful future. Walk boldly into the new season with a heart completely full of entitled gratitude. You survived the wilderness. You crossed the dangerous threshold without giving up. And now you are standing firmly on the holy ground of your promised land. Embrace your royal destiny and never look back again. Let the intense energy of this revelation settle for a moment. You have carried some incredibly heavy things in this message today. Pause exactly where you are sitting and do not rush to move. Unclench your tight jaw right now and let your facial muscles relax. Drop your stiff shoulders completely down away from your tired ears. Allow your physical body to finally realize that the brutal war is completely over. Take one long and slow breath in through your nose right now. Hold that quiet air in your chest for just a tiny second, and let it out very slowly through your mouth while letting go of the fear. Exhale all the lingering anxiety that has trapped you for so many years, because you do not have to fiercely protect yourself anymore. The divine shield is firmly in place around your mind. Feel the heavy armor falling off your tired back piece by piece. You have worn that heavy metal suit of survival for way too long. It protected you during the dark wilderness, but it is way too heavy for your new season of peace. You can safely lay down your heavy sword today. The heavenly forces are currently standing guard around your family and your future finances. Your fragile nervous system is finally learning how to rest again. For so many years, your tired brain was constantly bracing for the next terrible disaster. You lived in a state of high alert because nobody else was watching your back. But heaven has taken over your active defense today. You can finally let your guard down without feeling terrified of an unexpected ambush. Notice how the heavy fog in your mind is beginning to clear up. The loud voices of doubt and fear are fading into a distant whisper, You are experiencing the profound peace of a fully restored heir. There is absolutely no rush for you today, and there is no urgent emergency that you have to frantically solve right now. Rest in this beautiful stillness and allow your physical brain to completely heal. Place your hand gently over your beating heart for a second. Feel the steady rhythm of life flowing through your incredibly strong body. This heart has been broken and bruised by people who did not value your pure light, but it never stopped beating with fierce compassion for others. Heaven is wrapping a warm blanket of holy comfort around your wounded spirit this evening. Tonight, you will not lie awake, staring at the dark ceiling in pure panic. You will not secretly calculate your bills while everyone else is sleeping peacefully. You will close your tired eyes and fall into a deep and restorative sleep. The angels of provision are working the night shift on your behalf so you can completely rest. Your deep physical healing has officially started today. You have successfully crossed the massive threshold of your painful wilderness. The dry desert is entirely behind you and the cool waters of grace are flowing. Do not look back at the difficult years of brutal scarcity and lack. The heavy chains of generational trauma have been completely shattered by your quiet endurance. You are entirely safe to simply exist right now. Release any lingering guilt you feel about finally putting yourself first today. Caring for your own physical vessel is a holy mandate from your loving Creator. You cannot manage a massive kingdom inheritance if your body is broken from stress, so you must learn to accept this gentle healing without any guilt. Taking this quiet time to breathe is your first official act as the rightful heir. Embrace this beautiful and quiet surrender right now. Your mind is returning to its original state of pure and brilliant clarity. The terrible season of constant confusion and scattered thoughts is fading away. You will wake up tomorrow morning with a fresh sense of divine purpose. The heavy dread that used to greet you in the morning has been permanently evicted. A brand new atmosphere of pure joy is settling into your room. The heavy season of painful isolation is completely breaking off you right now. You have been beautifully restored in this quiet room, but heaven always works through profound connection and pure love. You are no longer just a tired survivor wandering blindly through the dark wilderness because you have become a powerful light bearer for the broken people around you. They desperately need the exact same peace you just received. There is someone in your phone contacts right now who is staring blindly at their screen. They are absolutely terrified of tomorrow and the bills they cannot pay. They are crying in the dark just like you were crying a few short weeks ago. They feel entirely abandoned by the divine Creator while they carry their heavy burdens alone. You must use your own hands to be their miraculous rescue tonight. Pass this holy message on to them before you close your eyes. When you secretly share this exact video with a broken soul, you do something incredibly powerful in the unseen realm. You activate the sacred law of multiplication over your own life. Share this message to safely rescue their precious peace tonight, and watch how quickly your own financial harvest multiplies when you freely give your healing away. The adversary will absolutely try to isolate you again when you wake up tomorrow. He desperately wants to sever this holy connection so you completely forget your royal identity. He uses the invisible noise of this busy world to drown out the prophetic truth. Do not let him steal your daily spiritual bread. You must fiercely protect the sacred boundary of your beautiful mind from his dark illusions. Subscribe to this channel right now as a firm act of holy defiance. This is not a simple click on a digital screen. It is a physical decree that you will not let the enemy block tomorrow's word from reaching your heart. Secure your permanent place in this divine sanctuary. Keep your weary spirit perfectly aligned with the pure frequency of massive heavenly abundance as you wait for the dawn. You are officially the wealthy heir of a restored bloodline today. The heavy curse of constant lack has been completely washed away by your quiet and noble endurance. But a true heir must always sign the massive deed of trust to officially claim the royal estate. Leave the word Amen below as the very first stroke of an acknowledgement signed by a mighty king. Seal this prophetic word forever. If you prefer the absolute mathematics of heaven, you can gently type 777 in the comments instead. This holy number officially declares perfect provision and total completion over your entire family bloodline. Press the like button as your final silent covenant with the divine timing. Every single physical action you take right now anchors the invisible spiritual blessing directly into your physical reality. Your long and lonely days of bitter weeping are completely finished. The glorious morning of your arrival season is finally breaking over the dark horizon. You will absolutely not have to beg for basic survival ever again, because heaven has assumed full responsibility for your daily provision and your total protection. You can finally release the heavy burden of trying to control everything yourself. Walk boldly out of this quiet room with your head held incredibly high. Do not apologize for the massive favor that is about to flood your entire life. The foolish people who mocked your painful waiting season will be completely speechless when they see your sudden elevation. Let them watch in absolute awe as heaven completely restores everything the dark locusts tried to eat during your long famine. You have successfully survived the most brutal storm of your entire earthly journey. The fierce winds tried to completely uproot your fragile faith, but your deep roots held firmly to the holy ground. You are a magnificent cycle breaker who completely refused to surrender to the terrifying darkness. The entire heavenly host honors your incredible strength and your unwavering gentle spirit today as you cross the threshold. The massive vault is wide open, and your beautiful name is written on every blessing inside. Step quietly into your profound rest tonight. Close your tired eyes and deeply know that the divine creator is aggressively fighting for your future. Stand still and stay entirely clean. Watch God move a massive mountain for you tomorrow. You are perfectly loved and forever safe.